Well, anything else this week? I'm covering Dallas Madison at West, which I don't think will be that close of a game. Not to give Dallas Madison any bulletin board material, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, it is, like you said, it's a light week with a lot of teams on open weeks. One thing I was looking, both you and I put together the stats each week, and there's a kid out at Wortham, Tanner Bean, who is got 995 yards rushing already. I mean, here 5 games into the season, so what's that? 200 yards a game, right?
Close to it, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right at it. Be interested to see if he can get to 2,000 yards, and B, if Wortham, can get in the playoffs. Wortham's a school that, recent years hasn't had a ton of, football success to really hang its hat on. I think they're capable of getting out of that district. That is the Mart district.
Yeah, I was going to say we're back on that district with them and Chilton.
Yeah, you're talking about Mart.
Remon's kind of in a rebuilding year.
Right.
Hubbard, I'm not sure if Hubbard had an injury, but they lost a game that I didn't expect them to lose.
Yeah, lost to Dawson.
Right. But, who knows what came into play there.
And then Frost is 2-2, but I think Wortham can beat Frost. They might be able to beat Hubbard, and you're talking about 4 teams making the playoffs, so they could, I think, get into that playoff mix.
More power to Frost. I hope they can get the wheels turning, and I think in their situation, it's just a matter of how many boys are in the school district and all of that. But so I don't want to be too rough on them, but I will say this: Frost did a heck of a job scheduling to get themselves in position to win a couple of games early.
Yeah, obviously they've got an uphill road because, like you acknowledged, they're in a numbers crunch, and I think they're in such a numbers crunch that they're technically playing 11-man football with 6-man enrollment numbers. So, it's something, not every school wants to go to 6-man, even when they are in that, enrollment piece there, I mean.
Right.
So anyway.
Well, then it was an interesting conversation with Bryce Helton last week about Live Oak, about, their potential move to 11-man, which is not guaranteed at all because, they've got 25 players in their middle school program and 20 players in their high school program. So if those middle school numbers stay solid and those classes keep coming up, that's probably going to lead them to go to 11-man. But you can't go to 11-man with 20 boys, in the football program.
Right. Obviously, like you said, it comes down to not just the number of boys, but the number of boys that are participating. And I guess we should say the number of players. There's always room for girls to come out.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, speaking of we're really 6-man heavy this week. I guess that's just the way it is. But I made the drive out to Cranfield's Gap yesterday. First time I've been out that direction since my dad and I used to hunt out there when I was in middle school. But the kid that I'm doing the story on for Friday, Trenton Robertson, testicular cancer survivor, and his sister plays on the team. She's a sophomore on the team now. She had tweaked a knee, and mom told me that she might probably be done with football now. It's getting a little bit too rough and tumble. But she was out there running. They were in the gym because there was a storm out there, and she was out there running, the length of the court and back with everybody else, toughing it out. So yeah, and you see some female players from time to time. I know Bosqueville had one that I saw at practice last year. So that's
yeah,
something that happens.
Even at a school like Midway, Cooper was on a sub-varsity team with a girl that had a girl on it a couple years ago. So, you see it from time to time. They'll pop up. So, I think another future podcast should be. Let's not completely go down this road today, but can Texas accommodate, or could it have girls football? It's been talked about.
Girls, yeah. I mean, what the future may hold, you know?
Yeah, that may be something down the road.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of women's sports, I got to go write a women's basketball story now before dinner time, before the dinner bell rings.
All right. Well, we'll see you out at the games. Everybody enjoy your break if you're on one this week. If not, find a good game and eat a Frito pie and enjoy
we'll
the
come
game.
back all district all the time starting next week.
Yeah, baby. All right. See you later.